Our ancestors didn't have much, but they knew how to turn a humble root vegetable into a feast. Today, I'm sharing with you 6 easy from-scratch meals that are sure to beat any budget. Hey, welcome back to my channel. Let me show you my grocery haul for the week. Hang on. Okay, this is it. I got 1 bag of potatoes from Sam's. It cost $6.22. All of our food or grocery items have half price sales tax. So in this state, it was about 4 cents, 4.5 cents, give or take. So my total cost for this entire 8-pound bag of potatoes was $6.46. Now in the 1930s, an 8-pound bag of potatoes would have cost somewhere between 29 and 36 cents. However, they typically were sold in 10-pound bags and they only had russet or your white potato variety. Now I did go a little fancy here and buy the gold or yellow potatoes because this is what I prefer and this is what my family enjoys more than just your typical white russet potatoes. I also am a fan of the red potatoes, but again, I really don't like the white ones, so that's why I grabbed this bag. Now, one other thing about the gold potatoes, they were not invented until the 1960s. And again, this wouldn't be historically accurate if we were trying to compare today to almost 100 years ago in the 1930s, but just bear with me. Of course, all of the recipes that I'm going to share with you, you can sub out with any type of your favorite potato variety. Okay, let's take a moment to chat really quick about the nutritional facts for potatoes. Why are potatoes so good for you? How can they be a complete meal? Well, let me tell you, not only are they fat-free and cholesterol-free, they are full of potassium, vitamin C, fiber, and protein. They are a high quality carb source that is going to fuel your body for many hours. So if you were in the Depression era, this was a quality full meal just by itself. I don't know if you have read the Little House on the Prairie series, but Ma would bake a potato for the girls, stick it in their pocket. It would keep their hands warm on the walk to school, and then that was their entire lunch. A potato is sufficient for a meal. On the back of my bag, you can see that roughly 1 potato for 148 grams is about 110 calories. Again, I already said it's fat-free, cholesterol-free, but you can see that it has 26 grams of carbs and 3 grams of protein. So not an excellent source of protein, however, it is sufficient for your body to enjoy a potato by itself as either a lunch, maybe even a dinner, because it's not gonna be too heavy on your stomach before you go to sleep. Okay, let's use this bag of potatoes along with ingredients that I have in my refrigerator, my freezer, my pantry, and my garden to create 6 delicious, easy, and budget-friendly dinners for the next week. My favorite way to bake potatoes is in the crock pot. Simply load as many as you need and rinse well directly in the crock. Cook on high for about 3 hours. For loaded potatoes, assemble your favorite toppings and pile them high on the cooked potato. We are using chives, bacon, shredded cheese, and Greek yogurt in place of sour cream. To make twice-baked stuffed potatoes, cut the baked potatoes in half, scoop out the centers, and place in a greased or covered baking dish. Combine the potatoes with cooked broccoli and cheese. Mash or blend this, then fill the potato shells. Top with a bit more cheese and bake until golden. Mashed potatoes are as easy as 1, 2, 3. Cut the potatoes, boil them, and beat them with an electric mixer. You can add a bit of butter and milk to make them more creamy. For the ground beef gravy, simply cook 1 pound of ground beef in a skillet. When it's done, sprinkle a half cup of flour and mix well to coat the meat. Whisk in about a cup of milk and set aside until you're ready to assemble this easy and hearty dish. If you want to jazz up the last recipe, add a 1/4 cup of tomato paste to the meat gravy, along with whatever cooked veggies you have on hand. I'm using diced carrots and corn. Stir well and top with mashed potatoes. Bake this until bubbly and golden. Potato soup is so versatile and can be made with whatever veggies you have on hand. I used diced onion, carrot, and minced garlic, plus potatoes for this hearty soup. Once all the veggies are roughly chopped, sauté them until they're soft. Sprinkle a half cup of flour and stir well to coat the veggies. Add in enough water to cover the vegetables and bring to a boil. You can always use meat or vegetable stock instead of water. Boil for another 15 to 20 minutes, then puree until smooth and creamy. You can thin the soup out with milk as needed. To make the best roasted potatoes, simply chop them into small, evenly sized chunks. Place them on a covered baking sheet. Drizzle your favorite oil on the potatoes and combine well. I'm using avocado oil. Sprinkle a good amount of salt, pepper, and your favorite dried herbs on the potatoes. I'm using dried oregano from my garden that I refill in a store container. Bake at 450 degrees for about 35 to 40 minutes or until golden and crispy. In the Depression era of the 1930s, a simple and hearty dinner most likely would have contained potatoes in some form or fashion. I hope that in this video you learned how to use a simple filling root vegetable in your kitchen for dinners for your family. Be sure to check back next week for another video right here on the Rural Companion. Goodbye.